Who's going to be first in the room tonight? Michael Bird, I think. Possibly Eric. It's always a toss-up between those two, although we do have every once in a while somebody else jumps in. But let's see who's jumping in tonight. We appear to be live and with an excellent connection, so that's good. We'll see if it's true or not. You'll never know with my show. So we'll just have to wait and see. Let's see. Still working on a bunch of stuff. Another one fell off. Okay. Now, this is going to be a never-ending battle, I think. There's another one fell off. Yeah. Well, that's all right. We'll just keep gluing until they're done. Until they're done falling off. His eye a little bit. Who's here? Okay, Mad Season. I know you've been here before because you got a blue wrench. Oh, no, you don't either. You're just new. Oh, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Hello there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is mostly about radio control, everything, mostly airplanes, but we talk about everything. And since I don't have much to talk about tonight on radio control airplanes, it'll probably be about 3D printing, which is what I'm working on at the second here, or something else. But you're a longtime subscriber. Well, welcome to the show. Did you go by a different name before that? That I would recognize? A lot of, YouTube changed everybody's name, and so a lot of people, I don't recognize them by their new screen name, so so what part of the show did you subscribe for? My car content, my 3D printing content, or the RC airplane content? Or something else? Because you just never know what we're going to talk about. Kevin Trappin. Have you ever been live in the show? Have we talked? It's not ringing a bell. Not offhand. I don't know where the rest of my people are tonight. They're really taking their time coming in tonight. Usually I have two guys fighting for the first spot. But you got it tonight. Okay, all right. So what's your poison here? What are you an RC airplane guy, or are you a 3D printer guy, or what do you do? What's your hobby? RC planes for sure. Okay, good. Well, then if you're a long-time subscriber, I don't have to introduce myself and tell you my life story. You already know it. So I won't bore you with that. Yeah, life's been just getting hectic lately, and it's hard to get anything done, really. But I keep plugging along. So this is my latest 3D print, printed it a couple of days ago, and it's this cute octopus that has articulating tentacles, like like my dragon. That is 3D printed and articulating. But this one, they're done a little different, and I don't know why the guy chose to do this way, but it's not working. So the way these joints are put together is as it prints on the bed, it starts out putting a circle here. I'll pretend like I'm turning the bed this way. So there's a circle here printing on the one that the one off the head. We'll start from the head, and then the one behind it is here, and it prints this. And see, they're not connected, okay? And then as it prints, this starts to curl up, and these curl in, and then this comes over the top, and before you know it, they close like a chain, okay? So that gives you this kind of articulation, this kind of articulation, but it won't spin around. And so that's what you have here. So these twist a little bit, not a lot, got a little twist, but they have a lot of movement this way and this way, okay? And they have a decent amount of movement this way and this way, okay? But they don't have a lot of twist action, okay? So the Octopus, I don't know why he did it this way, but this one coming off the head, the tentacle, has a, basically it just has a T. Again, we're gonna take the build plate, turn it this way. So it's printing like this. Same thing, a kind of a curl. Well, actually, it's probably more like a V. It's probably more like this. And there's a pin that's going to print up through the middle. Actually, it's probably more like this. Okay, so these two are going to turn into a hump, which is this. Okay, and then in the middle, part of the way up on this side, this center pin is going to start to print. And it prints out with like a head on it, like a nail. Okay? And then this end prints with the plate up like this. Same thing. It's starting to print just a circle this way. So it's going to look like this on the bed, and it's going to create a thing, but it's closing up on the nail head. So here's the nail head, all right? And then this closes up around it as it prints, and it's not supposed to come off. And these will articulate. These will turn almost all the way around, but they also fall off. Which the problem is the head is not hard. It's not big enough. Either the head's not big enough, or the way this closed up didn't close up enough, and the tentacles are falling off. So I have to keep gluing them back on. And so every time one falls off, I have to glue it. So now several of these joints are fused together, just like when they fused your back together when you have a broken back or something, but you really can't tell, because everything else articulates next to them, so you can't tell that some of these are fused, but they are. And so every time another one falls off, I have to glue it back onto the pin so it won't fall off again, and of course that fuses that joint so it can't articulate, but it'll be fine. Like I said, there's probably 10 of these joints glued right now, and you really don't see. You can see right here, okay? Because that's not laying down onto this one. Like, see how this one's laying down on this one, but this one's not, because this joint here is glued. These two right here together are glued. So that's preventing it from articulating all the way, but it won't fall off any. So now it's just, I'm on damage control now. What I'm doing is, every time another one falls off, it's a new joint I have to glue, fuse together. But he's such a cute octopus. He's got a cute face. Didn't print exactly right. The eyes are supposed to be white, and these actually, the tentacles are printed out of one of those multicolored spools. It changes, it graduates from one color to the next. And so it didn't use enough to stay. So the whole bottom of them is yellow, like a yellow green. Okay, because it's only a couple of layers, so we didn't see a color change here. But in his eyes, it went back to that. It wasn't supposed to go to that spool. It was supposed to go to a white spool, but it went back to that one. So the bottom of his eyes are green, but then they started to change and turn purple up at the top. So if you look, you can see his eyes are green at the bottom, and then they turn purple at the top. And it's not perfect, but it's cute. The eyes look good, so I'm okay with it. I'm not going to worry about that. But it was, like I said, those eyes are supposed to be white. It was supposed to use the white spool, and they never used the white spool. So I don't know. I'm still having. I don't know if it's me or the printer. It might be me. I'm having a little trouble figuring out. Oh, I just lost another tentacle. Yeah, this poor guy. It's this a little aggravating for these to keep falling off. It's just I don't know what the hell. I'm probably gonna. By the time I'm done, they're probably gonna be all glued. That's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame that this is so delicate that I have to do this, because this you can do anything with this and it never falls apart. My bird, there he is. Yeah, this is very. It feels like a piece of jewelry, and you can play with this all you want and it'll never fall apart. I haven't had one fall apart yet. Even when I drop them like that, they don't break. They just very very robust. But my poor little octopus here just keeps falling apart. So, Mike, I printed a 3D printed a multicolor octopus, and I'm having some problems with his tentacles falling off. What's up? How you doing, man? So yeah, so this is my little. Been trying to print this guy forever. I finally got him to print. Not perfect, not 100% right, but close enough. It's working. It came out pretty cute. So we'll just. I'm not going to print him again. I can tell you that. Not because the tentacles keep falling off. I'm kind of disappointed in that. This guy looks like he had a fight with a shark and lost. Well, maybe he won. He's still alive, but he's missing a bunch of legs. Um, okay, so Philip, you typed mad. What are you mad about? What do you think? Do you think the octopus looks mad? Are you mad about something? You were saying hi, man. Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, now I understand. I'm a little slow on the uptake. You gotta. It's fun to watch the handicap. Yeah. I'm not sure. He says he's a long-time subscriber, so he's probably sticking around. Maybe he had to go to the bathroom or get a cold drink, get some popcorn. I don't know. He says he's been a long-time subscriber, RC Airplane guy. So, all right, that's cool. I don't think we've talked in the past, but um, yeah, but he said maybe in another show. So he must go to a lot of different shows. So there's 4 of us in here. Well, 4 of you, and I think 3 of you are talking. I think. Well, no, I think it's only Philip and Mike Bird, unless Mad comes back. So, so what's new with you two guys? Anything new? Any new airplanes? Any new cars or anything? Any new guitars? What's new and exciting in your lives? Yeah, you've seen him before. Oh, okay. I didn't recognize the name, but okay, that's cool. You sold an RC today. Oh, that's blasphemy, man. You don't sell them. You got to collect them. I know. Not everybody has a big hangar to put them all in. I get it. I've had to sell a couple over the years. Just um, not too often, but I have sold some planes. So you ordered the red decathlon, and you ordered the Talon EXB or EX8. I can't read that from here. Um, I'm thinking that's because it's ready to run. I'm thinking that's got to be a surface vehicle, a truck or something, truck, car, something or other. Yeah, yeah, surface. Well, that's cool. Um, I believe I could be wrong, but I believe the red decathlon is the a reprint, repaid, paid, relivery of the other decathlon that had the aerobatic name all over it, all the sponsors and all that. That's the one I bought. I'm guessing it's the same airplane uh, reliveried, I believe. I'm assuming you mean the Talon was expensive. Oh, no kidding. A small RC tank, tread dump truck. No kidding. And it was metal. Wow, that's cool. When we when I was a kid, we went to the Henry Ford Museum up in I think it's in Michigan, if I remember right. I forget. It wasn't Detroit. I forget. It's another. It's a pretty popular town, but it's not Detroit. Um, and they sold metal car kits, not RC, just real die cast steel kits that didn't have any paint on them or anything. They were just the metal. A couple of plastic parts, but nothing. It was almost 100% metal. And you had to build it. You had to screw it all together. It didn't use glue. Or rivets. It uses screws, and everything had screws, and you screwed it all together. And I bought 2 kits, and I built one. The other one's still new in the box, and I have not seen it in quite a while. So I'm hoping it's here somewhere. I hope I find it when I finish unpacking all my stuff. Um, but they're old 20s cars, 1920 Ford Model T, Model A, that kind of stuff. And they're really cool. And the one I have is the one I had built when I was a kid is in the house, and it's seen better days. It's been dropped a few times, so there's some broken pieces. It had a canvas top. It was made out of plastic, and that broke. There's a little chip missing, and I could make a new chip. Some Gorilla Glue I could fix that, and then it's got a headlight bar that goes from fender to fender with two headlights on. And I think either the horn or one of the headlights broke off of that, I think. So that's not in great shape. And then I think, I'm trying to remember what else is wrong with it. It's got a few minor problems. But it was really cool. I mean, it was and I think you could still buy them. I think they're still out there. Um, so, yeah, so the Tamiya kits um, had a lot of that too back in the day. They've streamlined a lot of it now. You used to have to build the transmission and everything, and now that stuff's already done. The transmission's built, but I bought the big I think it was called the Bruiser, which was this all metal. It had a plastic body on it, but the chassis was steel rails, steel differential, steel springs, leaf springs. The transmission, I think it was a 3-speed or a 4-speed transmission, and the servo would shift it from the different gears or to reverse, and it was a real transmission. It wasn't. Um, it wasn't like the electric motor spun backwards to back it up. It really had. It was a very complicated transmission. The kit was pretty expensive, and but that was another one. You screwed everything together. You had to, mount the shackles for the springs, and then put the springs in the shackles, and all nuts and bolts, and the transmission came built. Thank God on that one. But you had to build the rear end. You had to put the spider gears in the rear end and put that all together and button it up. But thank God, because of how complicated all the shift, it's just like the real transmission. It had shift forks that would move back and forth, to engage the different gears, and I mean, it literally worked just like a real transmission. And it was it was a cool truck, very heavy. And then I've got I don't think I still have that truck. I think I sold that truck, but I bought basically a copy of it that came assembled and very cheap. So it's out in the garage here. Again, it's all steel. It came with two bodies actually. I bought this package deal that came with two bodies. But yeah, the whole truck is steel rails. The steel train. It's got the same transmission, all the gearing, and there's 3 speeds to it, and the differential, and it's got drive shafts that go out, from the transmission to the rear end, and I mean it's as accurate as you could make it, and it's pretty cool. I forget the name of it. I mean, it's a copy of a Toyota truck, and they took the T and the Y in Toyota and switched them, and that was the D. Yeah, that's what they called it. So it was a Yotoda, something like that, and that's how they got away with not getting a copyright from Toyota, because it's not a Toyota, even though it looks like it. They're not calling it that, so they didn't have to pay any royalty money to to Toyota for building this copy of their truck. And then it was real easy for you to take the stickers and swap them back if you wanted it to say Toyota. You just move the stickers. So Uh, who just jumped in here? That's all right. So I know you've been here before because you got a wrench, but I don't. What's your what was your name before? Probably YouTube turned it into this, whatever it is now. I think it's Sawayer, Sawyer. Uh, Sawyer the slip Sawyer. I don't know. Me recognize that name, but obviously you've been here before. You got a blue wrench, so you've you passed muster. It's good to see you back. uh, Jeff in Lower Alabama, what's up? How you doing, man? He slept. Okay. So Jeff's doing well. All right, guys. It's funny we were talking about kits, and I happened to bring a kit out tonight to show you guys. So you guys remember the Lost in Space robot? Well, here's a kit of it, and you can buy this kit, and then you can buy the electronics to put in this, and then you get the full voice, all the verbiage he used to say on the show. You know, danger, danger, Will Robinson, all that, and all the lights you put. It's got full light pattern that works, goes in it, and all the lights blink and random and all that, and it's really cool. Let's build it. Yeah, yeah. It's a very complicated build. I am going to open show it to you. I'm gonna move my. Let me move a couple things here. We'll get back to the octopus in a minute. We're gonna take a break from him because he keeps breaking. We'll just put him over here for a minute. Because I'm gonna have to do some more repair work on him. So aggravating. All right, so let me move this over for a minute. Okay, so it's a very nice kit. I've already opened it. I've had it for quite a while. Just don't have time to build it. So these are all the clear plastic parts. So you know his dome on his head, um, which I can. Um, uh, okay, let me kind of qualify some stuff here. Hang on a minute. Let me move that. All right, let me go get. So this is a store bought version of it, a small one. All right, so this and it talks. I forget how to make him talk. Hang on a second. Um, okay, so there the lights blinking you know, even up in the dome here, there's lights going on, and then he talks, but I forget how to make him talk. Okay. So it's the power. You remember when we used to deactivate him by pulling the power thing out of his side here? Well, that's it. So you press that. He was only on one episode as the gold robot.
In my opinion, it is not Professor Robinson who needs psychiatric treatment. It is his doctor.
So anyway. So this comes just the way you see it, and there's 4 different color versions of this. Okay, there's the gold one, there's the regular silver one, there's a black and white one that was supposed to be on one episode. I don't remember that one, and then there's a blue one, and I don't remember that one at all. But I do remember the gold one, and the reason I bought the gold one is because I 3D printed one. All right, now let me go get that. So this one's not finished, but it's close. Okay, so this is 3D printed. Now his faceplate, I have the faceplate. It's got, but it's just black. So you have to take paint and paint all the colored, you know, the colored bulbs to make it, you know, and the eyeballs and stuff. So that's missing at the moment. But you can't really see it, even if I had it to show it to you. It's just black. But so, and the only thing that this didn't come with, there was no way to print the dome on the top. So I did this myself. I manufactured that. And what I did was I found on one of the download sites, I found basically a globe that hung from the ceiling that you would put your, you know, a light fixture in your kitchen. And it used to have a light over your kitchen sink with a big round globe on it. So I found a globe that was just plain. It didn't have any texture to it or anything. And what I did was I squashed it down like this. In the slicer software, you can manipulate it. So I squashed it down, and then I shook it down, and I got it to the size I wanted to get as close to this. Okay, so it's a little different, but that's the closest I could get to that. And you'll see there's some subtle differences. You know, this is not exactly the same. This one's kind of, you know, the top and bottom are symmetrical, and on this one they're not. They're slightly different. I'm not exactly sure. And then his legs here are they're actually separated in the middle here and shorter. And this one's they're formed together here at the top part, and they're really not on this. Well, they are, but it's much smaller. So the dimensions are slightly different and everything, but the gist of it is the same. They're very and this is made out of a lot. This is a lot of pieces, guys. So the tub here is one piece. The top of it's one piece. The bottom of it's one piece. All the little grills on the side, the front, the other side, the back. All those little grills on the bottom. Those are all separate pieces. This whole thing here is all separate pieces with it even has the inside the antenna thing, the triangular antenna inside the globe, and all these pieces are separate. And see, and it's not all glued together yet. So, but what I think I'm going to end up doing, I'll finish this one the way it is and paint it, but I might actually, because they make my kit, the model we're opening. All right, so here's the dome. You can see how much bigger this dome is than this one. So this kit's much bigger than this one. So these are the dome pieces. The top and bottom of the dome are here, and this is the ring that goes around here. And I think this is the top of the dome here. Here's his voice piece right here. It's probably hard to see through the plastic, but that's his voice piece, you know, where he talks in the front here. Right here is where he talks, and that's this piece here. So here's the light, all the little flashy bulbs, and all that. So this is all the clear pieces. All right, and then here are it's all gray plastic, so you got to paint everything. So here's his feet. So if you look here on the side, you see the shape of his feet. Okay, and then that's what's in this bag here. Oh, I had it right the first time. Yeah. Yeah, so that's his feet in this bag. And then and there's other parts in there. And then let's see what else. So we got some more clear pieces. Okay, these clear pieces are the pieces that go around the bottom here. You know, the on the side here. And then there's one in the front on the bottom here, one in the back here, and then on the other side. So that's those pieces in here. And then there's a grill. There's two grills, and I believe those grills go. I think they actually go inside the front of this piece here. And then let's see what else we got here. Here's all the rubber, you know, the legs and arms for the you know, the black rubber. You know, his legs and arms are here in this one, and these are actually molded in black. Everything else is molded in this light gray. And then here's all the parts to the actual body here. Okay, you got the top of the dome, the bottom of the dome, and these are the sides of the dome. So that's the dome piece there. The reason I'm not going to build it, guys, is all this shit has to be painted before I can put it together. So there's no way to, you know, I can't do that. I can't build it. Now, I just found two pieces out of a bag. That makes me nervous, because if this box got opened, I might be missing pieces, and I don't even know what these two pieces are. Some kind of claws, hooks. I don't know what they are, but they're not in a bag. Everything's in a bag except these. I don't know what those are. This is the rate. This is his up. All the pieces up here in the hat are in here. The little wheel, which actually that's not in here right now. There's a crown that sits on top, and it's not in here. I have it printed, but I didn't. It's not in here right now. So the crown's there, and some more of the pieces that are up inside the dome here. And then what else we got? We got more leg parts. So yeah, so there's a bunch of leg parts here, and then that's pretty much it. Then there's some stickers here. Not sure what those are. And now I've got 3 of these pieces, so that makes me real nervous, because I'm more than likely there was supposed to be 4, and I don't even know what these are. And then there's a broken piece of plastic here. I don't know what that is either. Yeah, I don't know what these pieces are. I don't recognize that on the robot anywhere. So hopefully they're nothing critical to the build that I'm gonna. Everything else is in a sealed bag. The bags are sealed, and there's no holes in them that I know of. So I don't know Yeah, well, I don't know where those pieces came from. I bought it on YouTube, on eBay, so who knows what life it had before I got it. Um, so anyway, so I'm debating. So if I buy the electric kit for this, to make all the lights, it'll do everything this one's doing, all the flashy lights and the dip talk and all that. Um, if I buy the electric kit to electrify this kit,
I would like to express an opinion.
and it'll say it'll say all the normal stuff that the regular robot, not the golden boy. Um, I might print a new one uh, that I printed here, but the size of this one, and then I buy two of the light kits, and then I could light the one I built, 3D printed, and I could light the one that's the model here, and I'd have two of them, but I can claim one of them's 3D printed and one's a scratch build, or a kit build, and so I might do that. A project down the road. Haven't decided what I'm going to do about this yet. Um, just something in the back burner, that I'm probably going to do down the road. I bought this kit a year ago. And I don't know how the hell they got it in the box. It doesn't want to go back in the box now. All right, we're pretty close. That's not bad. All right. So anyway, it's just a fun, one of the things I've always wanted to do. When I found I was just looking around on one of the download sites, the 3D download sites, when I stumbled onto the robot, and I was like, oh, I got to print that, absolutely. So I just printed it the size it came off the printer. I didn't adjust the size. I just printed it the way it came, and and I'm really happy with the way it came out. It's 90%, pretty accurate. I like it. See this isn't glued, so this comes off the base here, and so you just I have to put that on and line it up, and I don't think the top ring is glued on. Oh yeah, the top one ring is glued on. So I started gluing some of it together. I didn't glue it all together, but the arms still come off. They're not glued yet. Um, but it keeps really good. I'm really happy with it. The quality of the print was beautiful, and it's a a good looking little replica of the B9 robot from Lost in Space. So pretty cool. And like I said, there was no dome. The guy didn't have any kind of dome um, in the print when you download all the files. He had all the other stuff, but he just didn't have this. So I had to create this myself from something else, and I just like I said, I used a globe for a hanging light, and turned that into that, and I'm happy with that. I think that looks pretty close. It's not 100% accurate, but none of it's 100% accurate. But I'm pretty happy with it. I think that came out pretty good. So that was a fun 3D project I did, and then I wanted to show you this kit because I've been doing a lot of cleaning and reorganizing and moving stuff, and that was in the house, and it doesn't need to be in the house, so I decided to bring it out here, and I'll probably put it in one of the cabinets back here just to get it out of the way. Um, No, I don't think it does. I don't think it says warning, warning, because this is not. This is the Golden Boy version. So I don't know if you guys watched a lot of Lost in Space, but this was like the evil twin of the robot, the Golden Boy. So he was Mr. Negative. So he has
for my memory bank.
So it's his voice, but he's saying all the negative things that Golden Boy said. Now, if you buy you can order it, or you can go on Amazon right now and order this guy or the standard silver one, which will say "Warning, warning, Will Robinson" and all that. And he says all the catch lines from the show. I bought the gold one because it matches the one I printed. But and I'll be honest, I'm probably going to buy all 4 of these. I bought this one just to have one that lit up because I wanted to see what the lights looked like. But yeah, I'll probably end up buying all 4 of them. They're all exact same size. They're just different. The regular scheme where he's silver, the Golden Boy, and then there's a black and white one. It's weird. He's half black and half white, I think, the way it was. And then there's this blue one, and I don't know what the blue one is. But anyway, yeah, just some fun, fun toys. I love toys. I'm a toy guy. I'm a Toys R Us kid. So, yeah, just so hey, Wreck 'em Roy, what's up? Let's see who else popped in. Juno's here. What's up, Juno? Good to see you, buddy. And let's see what else. JCB, what's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, it was a fun, when I printed this, it was a very fun print, the robot. Because as it printed, you can see the robot coming to life while you're printing it. And it was just really exciting. Every time I printed. So I printed, obviously I printed this stuff in black. I printed the claws in red. The body in gold, all the body parts in gold. And then the leg parts, I printed those in black. And then the clear pieces, I printed in a clear. And I think they were clearer when I painted them. And they're getting white now. They're looking much whiter. They were clearer when I printed them. They seem to be getting whiter. I don't know what the deal is with that. And the reason I didn't glue this together, guys, is because I hadn't decided whether I was going to put the working lights in this. And this gave me access to, if I wanted to drill holes in this for where the lights go. It gives me access inside, so I could wire it and do that. So that's why he's not glued together. I think the faceplate is on the shelf over here. I don't think I put it in my drawer. I might have put it in the drawer, but I think it's on the shelf over here. Let me look. He's been in a couple of different places out here, so it might be on a different shelf, but I'm pretty sure it's here. If it's not, it's in my drawer, and I can't get to the drawer right now. Oh, it's back here. That might be it. Those are the treads. Yeah, those are the treads to the robot. I haven't glued them on yet, but there those are. So I'm surprised it's not sitting here with the treads. I would have thought it'd been there with the treads. Yeah, I don't see it at the moment, guys. So, but you really wouldn't be able to make much out of it anyway, because it's just black. It would be hard to see the detail on the camera. So anyway, yeah, just another fun print. So now that we've got 10 in the room, I'll go back to my latest print. So I printed this articulating octopus. Okay, so you guys have seen the dragon before, the articulating dragon. And I printed this articulating octopus, and he's multicolor. So I finally got to do a multicolor print on my multicolor printer. So he's orange, green on the bottom, this greenish yellow on the bottom here. All of his little tentacles, his little suction cups and everything are printed on the bottom. And then his eyes were supposed to be white, but they actually printed off the spool for some reason, I don't know why. They printed the little suction cups. And if you look, you can see the eyes started out green at the bottom, and then they turn purple as they get higher up. And and of course, they've got red around the pupils, and they're black. So those were all color changes as it's printing. But yeah, it came out pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with it, but it would have been cuter with the white eyes. But for some reason, it didn't want to use the white spool. And then all the tentacles keep breaking off, and I have to keep gluing them. So just like fusing a joint in your back, I'm fusing these articulating joints by gluing them back together to keep the legs from falling off. So I've already glued it probably 6-8 times, and I just had 3 more pieces fell off. 4 more pieces fall off. So I got 4 more joints to glue back together. And I don't like the design. That's why these keep falling apart. But the print came out really good. It's good quality print. Not a lot of stringing or anything. There's no layer shifting. It looks really good. It came out really good. But unlike the way so the joints on the Dragon are like links on a chain. Okay, when it printed a ring this way and a ring this way. So they started out like this on the plate, and then as it grew, it closed up, and now you've got these 2 joints that do this and do a lot of this. Okay, and can do this, but it can't twist. Okay, so I'll demonstrate what that. So here's your, side to side. It does that fine. Okay, and it does the front to back fine. Okay, no problem there. But what it doesn't do is this. It doesn't twist. So there's not a lot of twist in it. Okay, that's because the way the links in the chain like this, you don't have a lot of twist. There's some, but not a lot. So there's not a lot of movement this way. All right. Well, what they did different on the Octopus, for some reason, I don't know why the designer of that did it that way, but instead of having 2 links, it's got a pin with a head on it, like a nail. Okay. So the pin comes out with a nail head, and the next joint that comes out of the back of this joint, and then the joint here has a hole in it that closes up around the head. So these joints, the thing will go almost all the way around like this, and it'll go in and out some. But what's happened is the head is not, it didn't print big enough. And this is falling, the hole here is not tight enough, and it falls off. They just fall apart. They're not broken, and they just fall off. And I can put them back on, but it's just going to fall back off again. I mean, once you get it in the, it has to be in just the right position, and then it falls off. So it's pretty aggravating, and I don't know why he wanted the Octopus's arms to, rotate this way. And that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why that was important. But yeah, so that's not really working too well. So the way I'm fixing it is I'm just having to fuse that joint. I have to, glue it. What I do is I put a bunch of glue on the head, and then I put it back together, and then I leave it on the table, and I pull it out till this is against the head, and that'll glue the head to the maximum length of the give, and hold it there until it dries, and then it'll be a fused joint, and that particular joint won't articulate, but that's fine. I mean, you'll never know. There's so many of these joints on here now. There's probably 10 joints on here now. Oh, something else just fell off that have been glued. and you can't even tell, that there's a joint somewhere that doesn't articulate. It looks like they're all working just fine. But there goes another one. Yeah, so this is just aggravating that these just keep falling off. I'm probably going to end up having to just glue the whole thing, and then it won't articulate at all. That's what it seems like it's where it's headed, because they just keep falling off. Not happy with. I'm happy with the print. I'm just not happy with the design. The guy that designed this, I don't know what he was thinking, but this is stupid that these things just keep falling off. They're not breaking; they're just coming apart. It's not breaking in any way. It's just falling apart, and all you got to do is move it, and the arm articulates in just the right position, and it falls apart. And I could put it back together, but they're just going to fall back off again. So now when I put them together, I glue them, and that seems to do the trick. Keep them on. But if it's going to be if it's going to be a constant every time I pick it up, I'm going to have to glue another joint. I think I'm just going to park it and be done with it. It's getting a little too aggravating. Uh, Yeah, JCB. I think you're right. I forgot about that. If he's if I put him in, if I just hold the button down, he'll cycle through all of his speech patterns.
Watch it. I do not like grubby finger stains on my new suit of gold. From now on, I would appreciate it if you would call me Golden Boy. In my opinion, it is not Professor Robinson who needs psychiatric treatment. It is his doctor. I forgot. You are brave, handsome, Dr. Smith.
You go, Victor.
For my memory bank. Dr. Smith sent you back a message. Here it is.
So obviously JCB has one of these. So he's a fan. So that's cool. So there's three different. There's an off mode, but there's two different on modes. I think one it stays on. I think all the time. Or so in this mode, the lights don't flash and it just speaks, and then it's basic, and then it just turns off. So I think that's demo mode, and then in the middle is off, I believe. So now it won't do anything. And then in this mode is when it'll shut itself off after so many seconds, a couple minutes, I think. But it'll just sit there and blink, and then it'll shut itself down. And then if you press the button, he automatically lights back up, and the lights will run for a couple minutes again. Or it'll cycle through that. If you hold the button, it'll cycle through all the things, and then it shuts down again. So there's a few, two different modes besides off. So it's a cute little robot. If you're a fan of the B9 robot, it's fairly accurate. I used to have, as a kid, I had a big one. I mean, it was like probably about this tall, and it was the wrong color. It was orange and black. So I painted it. I didn't like the orange and black, which of course now as a collector piece, it's that ruined the value of it because a true collector would want the orange. And but I don't know if I have it or not. I have not seen it. My brother might have it. I'm hoping he has it, but I haven't seen that in quite a while. So I'm not sure if I have it or not. But then, like I said, I bought this model, so I'll probably build that one day. Raymond, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you, man. All right, guys, I gotta go pee. I'm not going in the house. I'm just gonna go outside. So I'll be back in a minute. So talk amongst yourselves. You already are, and I'll be right back. I took a couple extra minutes to take some photos I want to share with you. So let me upload these photos and I'll share them with you. I took some photos earlier, but I want to take pictures of the lift and where it is in the garage now to show you guys. So let me email these to myself, and then I can upload them, show you. I guess we'll do it this way. All right. Compose. All right. To Yahoo, subject photos. And where's my paper clip up here? All right, so let's grab. I'll just send those three. Sending. Okay. One more time. And subject. And paperclip photos. I guess these two. And send. Sending. Okay. So we'll give that a couple minutes, and then I'll be able to download them to the computer, and then I'll share them with you. Just some random pictures of the garage, and a couple pictures of the Daytona and the G8. I put new wheels on the Daytona, so I want to show you what they look like. Uh, Read the chats going backwards here. Which radio? Which radio have you got filled it, and which one did you like better? I don't want to scroll back up. Just let me know which radio you're talking about. Okay, all right, let me go get those emails and share these pictures with you. This new format on OBS, I don't know. We'll give it a whirl. I don't know if I'm going to have any luck at this, but we'll try. Okay, well, one of them made it. So we got 3 pictures we can. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Okay. All right. Now let's see if we can do a. God, I hate this new format. It's a pain in the ass. Why can't they just leave shit alone? I just wish they would leave stuff alone. All right, so we're going to open. We're going to save an image. Lift. Browse. Yeah. This one. Size it. It's way too big. So let me get it sized up so you can see it. Hold on here. Okay. All right. So this picture is my back is to the front door of the garage, looking at the back wall of the garage, and we're looking at the right side of the garage over here, and over here is where I'm sitting inside my room, and this wall behind me is coming straight out of the back of the garage. You know, dividing. It's a 40-foot wide garage, and the wall behind me here is at 20 feet, and that's where. And then the French doors, you'll see them in the second picture, are going to be over the Impala. There's an Impala SS. There's a cabinet in the way that my attorney is demolishing a house, and he had an island kitchen that he was going to throw away, and I told him I'd take it because I might use it upstairs in my living room or my kitchen room upstairs. So I told him, well, you know, if I don't want it, I'll just throw it in my burn pile, but bring it here and let me have it. So it's in the way, and you'll see it here in a second. So here's this. Okay, so that's the lift diagonal on the far left from standing in the doorway looking into the garage. That's the back wall behind me. You can see all the airplanes back there. That's only a third of what's back there. And then you can see the back wall in the very back, and all the way, well, in the picture, all the way to the right, is where I'm sitting inside the room. And the next picture I put up is gonna show that. But that's the lift where it lives now. That's where it's gonna stay, right there. The Impala sitting next to it is demonstrating I have enough room to drive a car past the lift to get down where all the airplanes are. Because that area where that toolbox is and behind it, there's enough room for 2 cars back there. Okay? So, and that's what's going to happen. Once, you know, the lift's going to stay right where it is now. This is its home. And I can drive past the lift and get 2 cars down there where all the airplanes are. So that's what's going to happen there. And then I can put 2 cars on the lift, one on the lift, one under the lift. And then there's room for 3 more cars in front of the lift to the left because of the way it's diagonal. I'll be able to put a couple of cars over there, probably only 2 over there, and they won't block the lift. I could still, with 2 cars parked over here, I'll be able to still be able to drive onto the lift. So, and that white piece sticking up, that's part of the island kitchen piece. You know, that's the countertop of the island kitchen piece. So, but there's a bunch of the airplanes, and that's the 4-post lift. It's sitting in its new home now. It's not blocking the garage door anymore. And this is past halfway into the garage. So the garage is 60 feet long. And I would say, actually, hang on a minute. Let me look at this and see if I want to check something here. No, I can't tell. I believe the lift is past halfway point, the back of the lift. I believe. Maybe not. I don't see a seam there, so it's in a 10-foot section of it somewhere. But it's pretty much like in the middle of the garage on the far left. All right, so let me get the next picture, and then I'm going to pan to the right so you can see more of the Impala. And then over the roof of the Impala, you'll be able to see the French doors, which is the doorway into this room. And let's see. Get that picture. Okay, edit it so you can see it. Maybe make it smaller. So I'll try to explain this picture now. Okay, so what we're looking at here is, if you look, that's my Impala S, one of my Impala SS's. That's the 94. Now, if you look at the Carbon ZT28 on the roof, you can see to the right of you can see part of the French doors. Okay, that leads into the room where I am, and you can see the lights in there. That's where I'm sitting right now, inside that room. Now, right above the tail of the Carbon Z, you can see the wall going down that side all the way, because you can see the back of the back wall just above the tail. So that's the wall that you're looking at behind me. Okay, that's right in the middle of the garage. That's 20 feet from the left to the center of the garage. And then there's another 20 feet inside this room. And that's what, so the wall that's behind me, that's the butterscotch color, is what you're seeing on the outside, right above the tail of the T28. Okay, so that's where I'm sitting right now. And then I believe, if you look on the far right, that screen is the TV that I'm looking at to watch you guys, your conversation, and talk to you, and do all my editing. And that's the TV I'm looking at to edit the show. All right, so that's what the garage looks like right now. Yeah, I know it's a mess. Working on it. All right, so that's the current location of the four-post lift and the Impala next to it. And the reason that doorway's at a 45 was to give me room to come down, because now this part here is the living room upstairs, to the right of the door, where you see the French door. To the right of the door, that door's at a 45. And so the room that's the bi-level that goes up to the upstairs, and that's the staircase right there. There you can see a diagonal right there at the bottom of where the TV screen is. That's the staircase going upstairs to the second level. And that's the level of, if you look at that board, there's two little 2x4s nailed to a 4x4 vertically, and then a 2x10 sitting on top of it. All right, so that 2x10 is the floor of the upstairs. The bottom of it is just high enough that I can park cars underneath it, and that's why it's at that height. I can still park 3 cars underneath the living room area, which is the height of that board. So that board, it's about 5'4". So I can almost walk through there without crouching. I have to crouch over about 2 inches to walk underneath there. So, and that puts the upper floor at like 5'9". No, more than that. Uh, Maybe right at 6 foot. So the height of the floor, because of the 10-inch 2x10, is right at 6 foot, possibly pretty close to 6 foot. So, and like I said, that I did that on purpose to give me more headroom in this area, the living area up here, and but enough room to still park 3 cars underneath it. So that's the whole purpose of that. Okay. So that's the inside of the garage that I want to update you on. All right. So let me get back to the chat for a minute in case you guys have questions or anything. Um, servo discussion here. What's up? Yeah, no, I didn't wait. That's been the problem, guys. So if you remember, it's been, well, going on 3 years now. When I built the garage, I immediately just dumped all my shit out here to try to keep Deb from leaving, and she left anyway. So that was very aggravating. So I emptied the whole house. I put 100 airplanes that were in the house immediately into the garage, and every other toy box of garbage of whatever. I emptied everything that was mine in the house and put it in the garage, and I just literally just threw it on the floor. I didn't try to organize anything or anything. I just got it out in the garage to get it out of the house so she wouldn't leave, and then she left it. So now I'm stuck with, while I'm working on the garage, I have to keep moving things to do. If I want to work on this area, I got to move everything out of this area to another area, and it's a real pain in the ass. I spend more time moving stuff than I do actually getting any work done. But what's going to happen now, coming up this next week, I have a little bit of work to do on a car, but not much. I'm going to run the electrical to the garage, so I have power, permanent power out here. Right now, I'm running off 2 extension cords from 2 different circuits in the house. But I'm going to go ahead and install the power to the garage and mount my breaker panel and all that, so that I have that done. And then in here, not behind me, but in front of me, behind the screen in front of me, there's probably a dozen airplanes in here, mostly big airplanes. The B-17, the 90 millimeter F-22, the 2 meter B-25 Mitchell from XL or LX models, and the 1700 Corsair. So there's a bunch of huge airplanes in here, and I got to move all them out. So they're all going to go upstairs. Which is upstairs is full, but I'm just going to get everything out of here. I've been cleaning everything up out here. That's how I found the landing gear for the. Remember, I couldn't find the landing gear for the Husky. Well, I found it. There's the gear for the Husky. I still haven't found the hardware bag, but I'm still cleaning. So I'm getting all this cleaned up. Because after I get the breaker panel in, I'm going to do all the wiring inside the hobby room here, and then do all the drywall in here and finish this room. Okay, and I'm just going to completely finish it, and then to the point where I'm going to be able to, it'll all have the insulation in it, and all the drywall and the ceiling, and everything will be done. And then I can, I'll be up for the summer. I'll be able to sit out here with my show and run the air conditioning and be comfortable. And it'll be a wreck in here for now, but that's okay. You won't see that. And that'll get everything out of the way so I can finish the upstairs. Not the stair, not a direct. It's a bi-level. So this is ground zero. This is on the floor. The apartment area is 6 foot up over there, and that's 16 by 28. This is 20 by 28. That's 16 by 28. And then the area above here is 20 by 28. And so once I finish the upstairs, not the upstairs above me, but the second level, then I'll be able to move all this, my backdrop, all the cabinetry, all this is going upstairs. I'll get all the airplanes and everything. Everything's going to leave here except the build table. It'll be in the middle of the room. And I'll get all that moved out of here, and then I'm going to start bringing all my airplanes in here, because this room is where the airplanes that you just saw out in the garage behind the lift will live in here. That's what this room's for. So all those airplanes that are out there are going to be living in here, and that is the exact same space out there. That's in here. That's 20 by 28 out there. It's 20 by 28 in here. So it's going to take up the exact same amount of space, but it's going to be more organized in here. If you looked at the pictures on the left side of the wall, those planes were in airplane racks that go vertical 7 or 8 planes high. And then in the middle to the right were planes on different racks. Those racks are going to stay out there, and they'll hang above the cars. So if I have airplanes out there that I need to get to, I can, just reach them, walk down between 2 cars, and the rack will be hanging over the hood. And I can just grab a plane out of the rack that's above the hood of a car, and that'll be fine. So that's what's going to happen that way. And then once I get that done, and get all the airplanes in here, that'll free up that entire part of the garage on the other side. That's where all the toolboxes will end up going there. I'm going to put workbenches over there, toolboxes, my welding equipment, all that stuff will live over there. And then I'm going to bring 2 cars that I want to work on. Probably my 67 Camaro, because I'm in the process of restoring that, and maybe my 56 sedan delivery. I'm restoring that. So maybe those are the 2 I'll bring down here. I don't know. We'll decide what car comes down here, but like I was showing you, that there's room to drive cars around the lift. And that was the whole point of it. So we're coming along. We're getting there. It's not happening as fast as I wanted it to, but we're getting there. So, all right. So the next picture, let me show you here. Let me get back to my thing here. Let's add another picture. This is just a picture of the G8 currently what it looks like. And you can see the garage behind it. The garage I'm in, you'll be able to see behind the G8. And that's kind of why I took this picture. I just took it too. Just before I came out here, I took this picture. So this is just, I can't get any currenter than this. This is like minutes ago. So gotta resize it. Hold on. Okay. All right. So there's the G8. And then if you can see the giant garage behind in the background there, and there's a trailer blocking the door. The door is actually open right now, and there's a trailer, identical to the trailer that's blocking the door, the white trailer past the G8. I have a second one identical to that one, and it's hooked to the back of the truck, backed into the garage, because that island kitchen thing that's in the way of the other picture is going in that trailer to get it out of the garage. I need it out of the garage right now for now, because I can't put it upstairs right now. So it's just gonna live in that trailer for now. So that's what's going on now. So the truck is backed up to the door. The door is open in this picture, and but you can't see it because the other trailer is blocking. But that's the Pontiac G8 that's the most recent purchase. Over the back, the trunk lid, you can see the Super B. That's an 07 Dodge Charger Super B, and then to the left of that is my Impala S, another one of the Impala SS's. There's one in the garage. That's one of them there, and then the other two are on the other side of the house. That pinkish colored thing all the way to the very right in this picture, and at the front end of the truck to the right. That's the actual trailer I live in. The guy painted it, and the paint faded to a kind of a pink color now. Whatever. So that's the G8, and that's the big garage. All right, so let's go. I got two more pictures. Two more? Yeah, two more pictures. Yeah. I got to download those. Hang on a minute. I got to go get them. That email hadn't come through yet. So let me go get that email. And I'll download those two pictures. And it still hasn't downloaded. Well, that's interesting. It said it sent it. That's interesting. All right, well, maybe I have to send it again. I don't know why it's not here. It should be here. It's not here. All right. Let me see what happened. I don't know why it's not here. Taco Bell app is open. What happened there? Don't need that. I don't need this. This is the email. Okay. All right. Let's try this again. Pictures are there. Sending. That's what you said the last time. Sent. Okay. All right. Now let's see if we get this. We should get this. Now now what's going to happen is they're both going to come through. Anytime I don't get an email, when I send the second one, then the one that it didn't send, they both come together. Then I get them both. It happens every time this happens. All right. For now, let's just go back to the chat. Yeah, Chuck. Yeah, you remember when I had it staked out the building? Yeah, that was. They finished it in October. Well, I guess they built the whole thing because they built it in 7 days. So it was in October of 22 is when the building went up. So it was mid October, mid to late October, I think, is when they finished the building. And yeah, so it's it's definitely full of stuff. I mean, I've definitely filled the building. Now I'm just trying to get it more organized. And is GB in here? Oh no, that's So Michael Berry, you like the G8, do you? Yeah, I do too. I think it's a good looking car. And I printed it here. This is a 3D version, a 3D printed version of it here. And I printed it in blue. The filament I use is blue. You don't see it, and it's actually this color blue right here. It's a transparent blue. And this is the blue it is. This is PET G. So this can sit out in the sun all day and it won't hurt it a bit. The sun has no effect. It's got its own built-in UV protection. It won't, the sun won't bother it. It won't melt it. The PLA, unfortunately, that I printed the original wheels. Now these gray wheels are on here now are PET G also. But the original test wheels I printed were black. And they melted. I left the car out in the car. I left this car inside the G8 after a car show, and the next day the sun came out and it sat in the sun all day. The car is fine. The body was fine, but I got 4 flat tires. So these tires here, I'd say they're only flat on the bottom, but I'm holding the flat part up top so you can see it better. But yeah, you can see that it's flat on the bottom, flat on the top. So yeah, they all melted because it's PET G or PLA. And PLA has no sun UV protection at all, and a very lower melting point. So the car got hot enough to melt these. So all 4 wheels melted. So I had to reprint them, which was always the plan anyway. I knew that would happen. I had forgotten at the time, but when I printed them, I knew that would happen. So I was always going to reprint them in a PET G. I just, for test purposes, if I'm going to waste filament to get the right size, I'd rather waste PLA because it's a lot cheaper. So that's why I did these black ones as a test. And so that's you just sent me a couple of pics. Okay, did you send them in my email? Is that where you sent them? Okay, I'll go check them out. Which email did you use? My Gmail or my Yahoo? You keep telling me to get an intern, Phil? All right, you're hired. Come on down. Is that the way to get your ass down here? If I hire you, will you come down? You're hired. Get your ass down here. There you go. RR.com now. That email's no good anymore. I mean, I can't get to that one. It's Spectrum, and they want to know. I don't know. They want me to send them some kind of code or something from the router, and I've changed routers, so I don't know which code they want, and I don't know. But yeah, I can't get to my RR account anymore. So it's XXL. Here, I'll just type it out for you. Here, let me just put it in here. Send it to this account. I did it in caps so it would show up better. It doesn't matter. Email addresses are not case sensitive, so it doesn't matter if you type it in caps or not. It doesn't matter. It'll go. But this is XXL. So that's extra large vet, Corvette. All right, that's the plate that's on the back of the G8 now. So it's XXL underscore VETE at yahoo.com. Okay, so send them there. That's the email I have open right now. So yeah, just send them there, and I'll get them. I still haven't got that email I sent my son to both of them now. I haven't gotten either one of them yet. Now that you're going to send me one, I'll probably get my two and yours. It just needs another. It needs another email to kick it along. Once I get, it starts backing up in the inbox, it'll finally send them to me. Right now, they haven't sent yet. So I changed the wheels on the Daytona. The next picture's going to be one picture's going to be the Daytona and the G8 in the picture together, and the other picture's a picture of the Daytona with 20-inch chrome wheels on it. I took the 18s off and put the 20s on. I can always put the 18s back on. It's not like this is a permanent thing. I bought these wheels super cheap, and they're really in good shape. And I just wanted to see what they'd look like on the car. So I mounted the new tires on it, and just for fun. So I haven't decided which ones I like better. The SRT8, the Super B, has 20-inch wheels on it, but they're not chrome; they're aluminum. But they're a 5-spoke, just like these chrome ones. And I actually bought a second set of SRT8 wheels, also 20-inch. And they already have good tires on them. So I can actually put the the aluminum, polished aluminum SRT8 wheels on the Daytona, or the chrome ones on the Daytona, or go back to the 18-inch wheels. So, and I'll probably randomly, week to week, do just that. I'll probably keep changing the wheels. Just because. So so that's a real possibility. How's the volume, guys? Because it looks like it's too loud. Um, is it okay? Because it keeps going into the red. And I'm not exactly sure why. And is my mouth matching the speech? Are we in sync, or is it a Godzilla movie? Why can't I? Oh, I see why. This is why I got to move right here. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Yeah, because it keeps going in. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. It keeps going into the red, and I think when it goes to the red, it actually cuts out. So we'll see how that looks. All right, we go here, and let's go here. Okay, I got your picture, Jim. Mine still haven't come through, but I got yours. What in God's earth scheme is that? Southwest. What is that, like Puerto Rico or something on the side of the plane? What the hell is that? That is wild. Yeah, that's crazy. I haven't seen that before. Did you did you put that scheme on your what do they call it? The AL-37? Is that what Motion calls their the the 737 that they came out with. Did you put that scheme on yours? Michael Bear, did you have a tornado come through there? Why in the hell did you have dime-sized hail? What the hell's that about? Holy shit! My brother's giving me a hard time. Hi, brother. Well, I use my Gmail to send the pictures to my Yahoo. So on my phone, I use Gmail and to send it to my to send it to my Yahoo. So that's why that's going on. Yeah, Keith, I know I'm always allowed. I'm trying to get the. I was still having some issues with the computer, which I called you about, but we seem to be okay now. Um, and I don't know why now, but all of a sudden I was able to get the Ethernet cable plugged directly into the laptop now without going through the hub. For some reason, it finally clicked in and locked, and it's working direct. And man, that sped it up a ton. Holy shit! My Ethernet, my speed now is incredibly fast. Um, oh, read the subject. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't do that. I just looked at the picture. That was me being lazy. Let me let me go read the subject line. Yeah, I'm getting yelled at by everybody. Uh, so Florida won at BNA Nashville. Not my pick, just a screenshot from a live show. Okay. That really doesn't help. What is a BNA at Nashville? A live show. I don't know what. You'll have to help me out here, Jim. I don't know. I don't know what that is. um, Florida won. That's interesting. What is Florida One? What is that? A dedicated flight from Nashville to here, or I don't know what that means. Berry Field, Nashville. Okay, that airport doesn't. I don't know that airport either. Is that a big airport in Nashville, or the only Nashville airport, or I don't get around much. I don't fly much. I drive everywhere I go. I don't do a lot of flying. Oh, so they have a special livery for each state. Okay, and that's so. What do you know? What that picture is on the side of the airplane? What's that supposed to represent? I'm not making out what that's supposed to be exactly. Um, I mean, I see an old boat on there, like a three-mast scooter type thing. That might be the Buccaneer boat that's in the bay here. They do on what is it, Gasparilla? They it's an operating boat. You can go out on it. So I'm thinking maybe that's what that boat represents in that picture. And then it looks like it looks to me like an Oriental girl, either under an umbrella or wearing one of those, hats, the peak hat, whatever they call that. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I'm trying to figure out what that livery is supposed to represent. I don't get it. So it's interesting, though. It's definitely interesting. Uh, oh, that's Nashville. That's Nashville International Airport, Berry Field. Okay, yeah, didn't know that. See, it's an educational show. I keep getting educated. Last week, Phil was educating us all on guitars and strings and all that cool shit. That was really cool. Now I'm getting educated on national, international airports. Sure, sure. Send me Freedom One. Yeah, I want to see it. I don't know what that one is, but yeah, send it. I would. Yeah, I don't mind getting emails. That's cool. I still can't get my pictures that I keep sending myself. I don't know why they won't come over. Okay, my photos went to my spam folder. That's where they are. I don't know why, but yeah, they went to my spam folder. So let me mark them not spam. Oops. Okay, let me get those last two pictures out of my spam folder. download those pictures you sent me, Jim, so I can share them with everybody else. So get the other one. Get back here. I want to download. Let's create another picture here. Oh. Image. Here's my guns. Size this one. So here's the Daytona with the chrome wheels on it. You guys can tell me what you think of that. What's interesting about these wheels, they're plastic chrome cladding on these wheels, which is weird. Um, to answer your question, yeah, it'll fly just fine. I've got planes out here that are 20 years old and they're not room temperature controlled, and they still fly fine. So yeah, not a problem. You can put them in storage; and they'll be fine. So you like the chrome wheels, Roy? Good. That's cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And I'm just amazed that that's I think these are truck wheels actually. And it's a 20-inch wheel. It's an aluminum wheel, but it's got a plastic cladding on the outside that's chrome. And I don't know if it's glued on or riveted on. I don't know how it's attached to the aluminum. But yeah, it's just a plastic shell on the outside of the wheel. You would never know it until you walk up to the wheel and put your hands on it. It looks perfect. It's a really cool design. I'm sure that saved them a lot of money, and it's still a great looking wheel. Um, but yeah, it's a plastic cladding on the outside, just a chrome plastic. They were in such great shape. I think I paid $240. No, I paid how much? I paid. I think I paid $200 for those wheels, and there were two good tires. There were two corded tires on two of them, and then the other two had very good shape, not new, but in very good shape tires. So I ended up getting two good tires and four really nice wheels. Um, yeah, Roy, you could get, they're cheap as hell. I mean, you could pick if you want one just like it. Yeah. I bought one identical to that for $3,000. I only paid $6,000 for this one, but I bought another one just like it for $3,000. It actually might be in the background of that picture right there. Now it's just, well, actually, I think it is in that picture, but yeah, it is in the picture, but it's behind the Impala. If you look over the trunk lid of the Impala, over top of the Super B and the trunk lid of the Impala, that's it sitting there. It's parked right there. It's the twin to this car. They're identical. Um, I only paid $3,000 for that one over there and $6,000 for this one. So both of them run perfect. Cold AC, everything works. Power seats, movable pedals. Actually, the other one has a better upgrade. It's got the buttons in the steering wheel to operate the stereo. And of course, there's more display. I think it actually displays tire pressure values. Mine just, if I've got a low tire, I'll get a low tire light, but it doesn't give me the values. I think the other one does. I think the other Daytona does give me the values. So it's an upgraded car from this one. But yeah, cool. I love these cars. Gotta love these cars. All right, so the last picture I'm going to put up is a picture of the Daytona and the G8 parked together. And that's where they're sitting right now. Like I said, I took these pictures just before I went live. So this is exactly where they're sitting right now. All right. And last picture. Well, I'm going to put Jim's pictures up too that he sent me. We'll get to them in a second here. All right. And there's the last two shots. The last shot with the two cars. That's the school across the street from me. You can't actually see the school, but you can see the parking lot. School crossing sign. Yeah, so that's the two of them together. Where's your car going this week, Mike? Your car's go what? Where's your car going? What's going on? No, I've never had one. If the servo was working when you put it in there, it'll probably keep working. I haven't had any of the long term. I've got planes here 50 years old, and the servos still work, no problem. I haven't had that problem. So you're trading it for a Ferrari? Oh no, not Ferrari! No, oh no. Don't you watch Matt Armstrong? Tell me you watch Matt Armstrong. Yeah, Matt's not a fan of Ferrari. So you're going to trade your McLaren in on a Ferrari? Yeah, I think I'd keep the McLaren. I don't know. The one he gave his daddy's driving. Um, that one came out all right, but just the build quality. I mean, I'm sure you've seen how crappy they're built. I mean, according to Ferrari Enzo, you're paying for the motor, the car's free. So they make that joke all the time. Well, the quality of this car, it's a damn good thing it's free. Because he's not at all impressed with the way they're built, for sure. Um, so yeah, that's his philosophy, Enzo Ferrari. That you're paying all that money for the engine and the technology of the engine. The car's free. Yeah, of course. Um, can you get in and out of the Ferrari any easier? I imagine it's hard to get. Look, we're already been down that road. When when Deb and I got married, she bought a brand new, Pontiac Firebird, a Formula Firebird, and we finally had to sell it because she was having trouble getting in and out of it. So yeah, I hear you. And right now, her Cadillac ATS, um, I can't get in and out of that car with a shit. And it's the doors are just too small. And I'm a small guy. I mean, I know I'm overweight, but I'm short. I'm only 5'6", and I literally every time I sit down in the seat, even if I put the seat all the way down, I still hit my head trying to get into the damn car, and I'm like, holy crap, this is small. It's aggravating. We just went out to dinner tonight before I came live in the car, and it's I gotta fold myself in half to get in that damn thing. I keep teasing her. She needs to get a CTS. It's bigger. Let's get rid of the ATS and get a CTS. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just I can't imagine that the Ferrari's going to be any easier to get in and out of. Um, Yeah, fuck it. It feels great owning one. Okay. But does it feel great owning any of them? McLaren, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Maserati. I mean, don't all of those make you feel great? You know? All right, I'll take a look here. What are you're sending me here? Let me take a look. I don't think Ferrari makes an SUV, do they? Alright, what happened? I think it went right to a commercial. I got a glimpse of it for a half a second.
The sound of the 6.5-litre V12 is addictive. Hello and welcome to the Driver Reviews channel. I'm Vicky Butler-Henderson, and today we are looking at a machine that looks like a sports utility vehicle, an SUV, but it actually calls itself a sports car. It is the Ferrari Puro Sangue.
That's not your standard Ferrari,
but you and I
for sure. Let's see. Is that right, Philip? Oh my God, no shit. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna try it. Hang on a second here. I'm gonna see if I can grab this video from YouTube and let you guys watch it. I know I'll get in trouble for it, but I don't care. We won't watch the whole video. I'm just gonna show you the car that Mike's looking at. Let me see if I can share that. All right, so switch back to this. We're gonna do a window capture. We do that. Okay. All right. Let me resize this. Yeah, this will work. Okay, guys, this is Mike's Ferrari he wants to get. That's what it looks like. What model is that damn thing? It's pretty small, but the car's higher off the ground. So, yeah, I guess. Have you test drove that one, Mike? And and you get it out of it okay? All right. Well, that's cool. I mean, that's different. I've never seen anything like that from Ferrari. That doesn't. I mean, I love the Ferrari badge on the fender, but that just looking at it doesn't scream Ferrari. The only Ferrari I can think of that looks similar to that is the California. I think they call it. Front engine. Front engine Ferrari. I think it was called the California. I like that car. That was a cool car. Um, can't say or spell it. Yeah, I can't either. Um, yeah, interesting. Is that a brand new model? 2026? Is that something new? Because I've never seen that before on anybody else's channel or anything. I've never seen one of those. And how many years have they been making that car? It's cool. No doubt about that. It looks like you take it off roading. I mean, not rock climbing, but it doesn't look like, if you went out in the grass or on a dirt road or that it would get stuck or be bottoming out. It looks like it would, travel well. Oh, it's got a V12 in it. No shit. Wow. Um, yeah, Roy's guessing 450,000. Uh, God, I wouldn't even get. I don't even know how to guess on a Ferrari, especially when it looks like that, because that doesn't look like a standard Ferrari. The engine's in the front. Like I said, the California is the only thing that I look at that and see the California Ferrari, in that group. 524,000. No shit. Wow. Yeah, Robert. Yeah. How you doing, Robert? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you can. You're gonna have to what do they call that? PPF it. Put that protective film on it. So you don't get a rock chip. uh, yeah, does it come with a mechanic? That's a good one, Jim. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, wow, that's cool. Let's watch Amelia Hartford. You know who she is? Is it the same color red as this one? I love that color. That's a pretty red. That's about the same color Deb's ATS is, her Cadillac. It's that color red. Yeah. Juno says it's a Baja short course truck. Yeah. It's definitely got that higher stance for sure. Yeah, I just saw that, Robert. I see that she posted that 7 hours ago. I haven't watched that one yet. I was just going to tell you guys that she took it to a Dodge dealer. You know, so I haven't watched the video yet, so I gotta go watch that later. She's hilarious. You know. Okay, let me look. Let me see what red it is. Oh wow, that's almost orange red. Wow, there you go. Got suicide doors in the back. That's cool. Man, I would have never guessed that was a four-door car. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Interesting. Yeah, all right, guys. Hang on. I'll let me capture it and I'll put it up. Hang on a minute. Let me. Let me show it to you. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. All right. So let's go here. We'll go to here. We'll grab another screen. Here it is. Is that not working? Yeah, it's working. Okay. There it is, guys. Look at that back door. That's pretty cool. I love the way that hatch opens. And I wish it would. Let me see if I can pause that right there. I want to see something here. So it looks like the engine's in the back. Am I right? Is that what I'm looking at? Let me look again. Hold on a minute. No, that's the front. Okay. God, that hood opens almost vertical. Holy shit. The bonnet. I'm sorry. It's a bonnet over there. Yeah. Yeah, wow. And the motor's completely covered up with plastic. That's typical. Everybody's doing that. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Is it supercharged twin turbo? What? Oh, I think Philip actually told us what that was. Hang on a minute. Let me go back and look. I think Philip told us what it was. No, just 6.5 liter V12. Doesn't say if it's. It didn't say whether it was supercharged or turboed or normally aspirated. It's electric. No, I don't think so. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's interesting, Mike. Have fun with that one. Good luck with that. We're all super jealous. That's for sure. You're killing us. You get it in May? Okay. Now, did you special order that car, or did they just tell you that that particular one was coming in and you'll say, I'll take it? A 2-barrel. Runs on rainbows and lollipops. Yeah, there you go. No, I think that's what Mike Bird's running on, is rainbows and lollipops. Yeah, if any of you guys lost money in Bitcoin, that's where it went, to that car right there that Mike just bought. I need to print this. Okay, Robert, let me take a look at that.
Let's go. Okay, we're here with the Baby Reaper. Printed out another one. I got my ordnance on here. And switch
Yeah,
over to
it's not the one I want to print, but there's one similar to that I want to print, though.
Increase the thrust a little bit.
Yeah, that's not exactly the one I want to print.
Two-blade, even though it's pretty small.
Robert,
really a little bit
but I want to print something similar to that.
in terms
Yeah,
of
one of those
size,
drones.
so it's going to hit the ground. But all of the props always have an issue with hitting the ground.
I forget the name of it at the moment.
Yeah. So
I don't remember if it's.
throw this guy up.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I don't even know the names of these drones anymore. I keep forgetting.
Something happened with the CG box.
But,
You can see it right there. I figured that I had him in the right spot, but apparently I didn't. So it nose down. The only thing I can think is that I had a nice 10, 15 mile an hour headwind to throw it into last time. So I don't know if that was the what helped it get airborne, or if it was me. I don't know if it's the CG that's off or what, but I'm gonna find out. So let's chuck this guy up. Buddy's doing it, okay? Give this thing a whirl. Give it a good toss. Don't hit myself in the helmet.
Is there music playing? Oh, I didn't know that. Hang on a minute.
Oh, much better. Okay, that makes me happy.
Okay, it's got to be playing on one of these other.
It's off throttle. Perfect.
Close these windows.
And
Probably not that
perfect.
one, but I'll close it anyway.
Okay, so it was the CG, and a two-bladed prop is highly recommended. I was using a 5x5x4. I already told a couple of people to buy it, but
okay, there's still some music playing. Where the hell is that coming?
So much more efficient. I can already feel it. I'm cruising around at half throttle. So this thing is a beaut.
Oh, is that? Oh, it's this drone. Okay, all right. Well, I can. Okay, all right, no problem. Thank you, guys. I didn't know it was playing. I don't have the volume on, so I didn't hear it. Sounds like a Bond flick. Uh, yeah, did you guys watch Cletus McFarland's race today? How'd he do? What happened? Anybody know? Remember that episode, Robert? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Matt's in here. You were lurking. So he blew up. Oh yeah, how far into the race did he get before he blew up? And why the hell are you hiding, Matt? You're one of my best buds, for crying out loud. You're hiding in my show? Why the hell are you hiding? Oh, you just found out that Hillary was the mad scientist in it. Okay. Mad something. I don't know if it was a scientist, but she's definitely a mad something. Like 40 laps left? Oh, so he made it almost to the end. How was he doing? Was he several laps down, or was he doing pretty good? Oh, they got as high as seventh, fell back to 10th, and then blew up. Well, he's doing pretty good then. And no shame in that, you know. He doesn't do that well in the O'Reilly series, but he's Arca seems to be a good fit for him. Yeah, you know, Michael, I gotta agree with you. You know, a black Ferrari does nothing for me. You know, I mean nothing. So, yeah, I would, yeah, I agree. I wouldn't own a Ferrari if it wasn't Ferrari red. Um, yeah, Robert, I can't. You know, they're all everybody's got a voice, an opinion, but they're forgetting it. Richard Childress hired this guy, okay, and he's like one of the most prevalent people in NASCAR. And if he wants to spend his money and sponsor Cletus McFarland, Garrett Mitchell, who's anybody got to say shit about that? I mean, nobody should be talking any shit. You know, this is Richard Childress we're talking about here. And if he wants to get, and it's like, you know, it's like Garrett said, if anybody else, any one of us critics out here, if Richard had come to us and offered us a ride in that car, do you think any of us would have turned it down? Hell no. All right? So, I just, you know, it just boggles my mind, these people that are talking out about Cletus, when it's Richard Childress is the one that's sponsoring him. And, you know, and you're questioning Richard's, you know, this is all about questioning Richard's decision of who he wants to have driving his car. And I don't think anybody's got the right to say shit. You know, it's his car and his money, and he can have whoever he wants to drive it. So I think everybody that's been opening their mouth criticizing should shut the fuck up. You know, you've got no leg to stand on to be criticizing Richard Childress and who he has driving his car. If he wants to spend $6 million sponsoring Cletus McFarland, then shut the fuck up. You know, that's how I feel about that. Yeah, it's a Ferrari's got to be red. Hands down. Yeah, Robert, I agree. Richard Childress is not somebody to be questioning his decision on what he wants to do in NASCAR. So everybody just needs to shut up. You know. There's been plenty of other drivers out there that have done way worse than him, and nobody talked about them. So, and like you guys said, he's bringing a lot of people to NASCAR that weren't watching it before. So, yep. Michael, I agree with 100%. When Mark McCain bought that McLaren P1 in orange and then wrapped it black, I wanted to put a bullet in his head. I mean, how fucking stupid was that? That car was gorgeous in orange, and he fucking wraps it in black. Oh my God. That was just blasphemy of all. Ugh. I can't. I don't know. I couldn't believe he did that. So, do you know Mark McCain by any chance, Michael? Have you met him at a car show or anywhere? Yeah, black cars melt there. Yeah, they kind of melt here too. To be honest. Yeah, I didn't want a black car. Oh, Philip, they can't sell tickets anywhere. The NASCAR is on such a bad downfall, and they have been for quite a long time. When I was big in the NASCAR back in the 80s, my friend he had season tickets to the Daytona 500. He had to buy those tickets 2 years in advance, and there was a waiting list to get on the waiting list to get tickets to the Daytona 500. It was sold out every year, and with annual pass, and you couldn't get tickets to the race. Today, you could show up at the gate and buy a ticket and walk in. So it went from a waiting list to get on a waiting list to get tickets to the race. So now you can just buy a ticket at the gate and walk in. So yeah, it's a huge drop in views in NASCAR. All the rule changes, everything they keep doing and just ruining the sport. The last one they did that pissed me off was the single lug nut deal. Why? Why the fuck did you do that? And that was, the art form of those guys zipping off 5 lug nuts and zipping them back on was incredible. And that was one of the greatest things about the pit stop was watching those guys change a tire. And now it's a Ferrari, it's a F1 car. There's nothing stock about a stock car anymore. Nothing. That was one of the last things that was still, stock car related to a stock car, and they took that away. So I don't know. That's just my opinion, but that would really piss me off when they did that. I was like, why? Why the fuck did you do that? Right. Yeah, the infield's been sold out forever at Daytona. And before, you couldn't even think about getting any in the infield. Those spots have been reserved for centuries. And now, like you said, your brother drove in. Yeah, NASCAR is it got. If you watch the stands in any of the races, they're half full at best. You know, it's just ridiculous, and they're just people aren't watching. You know, they've lost interest in the sport. Too many rule changes. Too many. It's just not that interesting to watch anymore. So, but Cletus is making it interesting, and people want to watch him succeed. So. Yeah, my buddy would buy the tickets. I remember the Daytona, the 1988 Daytona 500. We were there, and the tickets for the 2000 race were sitting on his kitchen counter. They had to pay him by the end of the month, by the end of February. Um, they were, he had already paid the 99 or the 89 tickets, and the 90 tickets were already sitting there for him to pay those by the end of the month. And some years he didn't go and he would sell the tickets. He could always he could always make money selling the tickets. Yeah, I know scalping's illegal. Well, you sell a T-shirt for $4,000 and the tickets are free. And then there you go. You just got around that problem. Hey, I got this T-shirt it's signed by Richard Petty, $4,000. Oh, and you get 2 tickets to the Daytona 500. Yeah. Well, that's I've been saying that for years about the 24 hours of Daytona. You know, why the fuck don't they cut the price so people could afford to come in there and watch the race? Because there's never anybody at that race. Oh my God, the stands are empty. The infield's got people in it, but there's just about nobody in the stands. And I don't understand it. Why don't you make it? Listen, if you want to sell a hot dog for $6, fine, go for it. But make a ticket $10 so you can get butts in the seats. Then maybe they'll go pay $6 for a hot dog. I mean, I'm not agreeing with that. I hate that too. But at least get their butts in the seats, and then you can worry about selling them a hot dog. I mean, if they're not there, you ain't selling anything. Nothing. So, anyway. It's like buying a hotel room. They want that thing full every night. So if they've got a leftover room at midnight and nobody wants it, man, you could practically get it for free. You just go online and get it. And you save a ton of money that way. Yeah. Well, their food prices are ridiculous. I agree. I think it's one of the racetracks still has, I think, $1 hot dog. I think it might be Bristol or I forget, but I know one of them still has. They still sell hot dogs for $1. Um, but yeah, it's just the 24-hour race. They can't get anybody. I mean, I would guess they probably sell less than 1,000 seats, and that thing will hold what, I don't know, 80, 90, 100,000 people. And if they've got 1,000 seats bought, throughout the day, it'd be a miracle. Because when you look at the stands, there's guys sitting over there, there's a couple over there, and maybe 3 people over there. And I mean, it's just there's nobody there. It's the seats are empty. So I mean, a lot of people would probably buy a $10 ticket to come in and just watch the start of the race and watch the first hour and leave, and they feel like they got their money's worth for $10. And how many thousands of $10 seats could they sell? And whether people stay or leave, who cares? Just think about how much money that would generate that they're not generating now because nobody buys a ticket. So, they might buy a $10 ticket online and not even go, because they throw away $10. People do that all the time, yeah, I bought tickets to the race, but it looks like it might rain. I ain't going. And they can't see that. I don't know what they're thinking. Oh my God, it's after midnight already. Holy shit. I didn't think it was that late. You got to turn the volume down. Don't want to wake up Sherman. Right. And that's I think they sell that out every year, don't they, Robert? I was just at Indy when I went to see my brother um, in December. We went to the Indy 500 to the track, went to the museum, went to the gift shop, bought a couple of things there. Um, we didn't take the track tour because it was cold and raining that day, so we opted out of taking the track. I think they take you around in a golf cart or something, and we decided not to do that. But yeah, I wanted to see it. And Christ, we were there in 15 minutes. He lives right down the road from the place. I was expecting a road trip. And all of a sudden, I looked out. I'm like, "Are we here?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh my goodness, really that close?" It's like, "Holy shit!" Um, did he put that on his channel, Matt? I didn't see that. I mean, I know he's done some stuff in the past, but did he just did something recently at Daytona? Oh, see, they just talked about he was going to do something at Daytona. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, I missed that part. So of course we're still here. You've been here before. You know that. Christ, sometimes I think I have the record. I did a 20, I don't know, 26, 28 hour show once. I don't know. It was over a day. You know. So yeah, and everybody teases me about that, but yeah. Yeah, we're usually here till 1, 2, 3 sometimes. Depends on who's still in here yakking with me. We've been at 7 for quite a while. 7 people watching. So, this is a light night. I don't think it ever made it over 10. I saw 10, but I never saw anything over 10. So, missing a lot of people tonight. Wow. No, I didn't wear a diaper on that stream. Hell, I think I went to bed. The show went on without me. I think I went to bed for 3 hours and came back. Um, because I just need to go sleep. So I think I left for a couple hours and then came back, and there were people still in there chatting. I don't need to be here. You guys have fun without me. But I think I went. I probably went about 20 hours before I finally said, "Okay, I'm gonna go catch a couple Z's. You guys keep talking. I'm gonna leave the show open." And then when I came back, there was like 12 people back in the room. I'm like, "Damn!" So you went to watch the Concrete Channel for a while. Yeah, yeah. My concrete drying when they built my garage here. Yeah, oh yeah. There's always permitting and noise and all that crap, and just everything keeps getting more expensive. When I started racing my Impala 20 years ago, it cost me $10 to fill my nitrous bottle. I checked at the track when I went there last month, and the guy there wanted $100 to fill my nitrous bottle. Like, fuck. Because I used to tell everybody how cheap it was to run nitrous, and well, hell, $100 a bottle fill. I mean, it might be time to go turbo or a supercharger now, because that ain't cheap. Um, yeah, I'm still living the same childhood. I haven't grown up yet, and I refuse to. I don't care. I ain't growing up. Getting old is mandatory, but growing up is optional. That's my theory. I've told this story before. I got some kid when I was driving a bus at Disney. I have a Lightning McQueen lunchbox. It's a soft, one of those soft lunch boxes. You could put an ice pack in it and everything. So I had the lunchbox on the bus, and this kid comes up to me. He was probably 6 or 7. You can't have that lunchbox. And I looked at him and I said, why not? He says, well, that's for kids. You can't have that. I said, well, let me tell you something. Yes, I can, and I do. Okay? Don't let anybody tell you have to grow up. All right? I love my lunchbox, and I'm not giving it up for nothing. So, and he had the screwiest look on his face, like, because his dad obviously told him that, you don't play with toys anymore. You're getting older, you stop playing with toys. Nope, never going to stop playing. I buy toys all the time. All the time. I still buy toys. I love going to the toy department at Walmart and buying more toys. So, not going to grow up. Not going to do it, and you can't make me. All right, Robert, you out of here? All right, man. We'll see you later. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I couldn't believe that kid. I mean, he was mad at me because I had a kid's lunchbox. I'm like, oh, well, you know, I certainly can have it, and it's mine, mine, mine. Well, Bill, what's up? Good to see you, man. Was Spencer chatting tonight? Did you have a live Zoom? You had company, but they just left? Yeah, okay. The pee break. Hey, I've gone pretty long. I've only had one pee break. Been out here, what, 3 hours, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 hours. Yeah, I've been out here 4 hours and only had one pee break, so I'm going to go take another one now. This one might be a little longer because I don't think I have to poop, but I might have to. So this might be a little longer. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Or 5, whatever it takes. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the boys off at the pool. Had a feeling I might. All right. Sorry about that. Uh, oh God, Monday night happens to be 420. Hey, last week's episode was 420. How come we didn't get any of those jokes last week? Just realized something. I think I did a 420 episode months ago. Am I off the count like that far? Holy crap. Let me go look. This could be serious. I could have sworn I already did that joke. So I might be way behind in my episodes. I I know I made that joke one night. Nobody got it. What was I making the joke about? I thought it was this. Huh. Oh well. Did Sawyer leave? Yeah. Jim, have a good night, man. Thanks for the pictures. Have you videotaped any of um, your drifting RC car events at all? Oh, I'm missing 12 o'clock high, by the way. I think there's 2 episodes. It comes on at midnight and 1 o'clock. When I walked in to go use the bathroom, I saw it on the TV. So I'm sure you guys remember that show. I got you. Okay, all right. I was thinking maybe you could get a camera angle where you're not pointing at the kids, you know, and get just, one portion of the track, you know. I earlier in the show I was showing off my 3D printed octopus here, but his legs keep falling off. Having a big problem with it, but yeah, this is the latest print. It's got green belly and green suction cups on the bottom, and then he was supposed to have white eyes, but that didn't work out. Um, but they're green at the bottom, and then they turn purple at the top. And of course, they have the red around the black pupils. But yeah, I don't know why it didn't go to the white spool for the eyes. It was they were supposed to be white. But yeah, the way this works, the legs keep falling off. I keep gluing them on, and then another they fall off somewhere else, and then I glue them on, and then they fall off somewhere else. This is becoming a nightmare. Um, I can't keep his legs on. By the time I get it all glued together so it doesn't fall apart, it won't be articulating anymore. It'll just be a solid. So yeah, I can't seem to get it to stop falling. The legs to stop falling off. Um, washer is it? Is it like a pressure washer? You use it for washing your car? Nice. I'll have to look that up. That sounds pretty interesting. Get a link. All right, let's go look at it. Oh wow, look at
Hello
that.
and welcome to the Ryobi workshop. Today we're getting in the mood for some
That
spring
looks pretty
cleaning
cool.
with this exciting new addition to Ryobi's cleaning range. This is our Max Power Brushless Easy Clean Power Washer, the most powerful handheld power washer on the market. The Max Power Brushless Easy Clean looks in design very similar to our 18-volt One Plus power washer, but this power washer is part of our Max Power range, giving you 36 volts of power and double the runtime versus our 18-volt unit. That's some serious cleaning. Easy Clean by name, easy clean by nature.
Is
This is
that
the
a
perfect companion for any portable
is that a
cleaning
reservoir at
tasks.
the bottom to put
Just
soap
pick
in?
any Max Power battery,
Or is that
and
just
you're
the
good to go.
battery pack?
Whether it's cleaning down your car,
It looks
closer
like a
to
clear,
home, or your bike up a
you
mountain,
know, water
this is the tool for the job. So what's in the box? Every Easy Clean product comes with the Easy Clean
container where you could put
and a
put
3-in-1
soapy
nozzle,
water in it and it would draw it out of there.
all with quick connect attachments. This unit also comes with an auxiliary handle for added comfort. You'll also get our 6-metre siphoning hose with a float and built-in filter. This allows you to siphon water from freshwater sources, such as lakes or your water butt, meaning you don't need to be near a tap or hose to use it, giving you that true cleaning portability.
Let's mod it.
Finally in the box, our 2
Need more power.
universal bottle adapter, perfect for quick cleans at the end of a day trip.
It's
Depending on the
the
kit
bin
you
for
purchased,
6100
you may
power
also
washer.
find a Max Power battery and charger included. If not, don't worry. Like all our Max Power tools, this product is compatible with any Max Power battery. The 36-volt Easy Clean comes with 3 speeds, which means you can adjust the pressure depending on what you're cleaning. In speed 1, you will get 7 bar of pressure. This conserves runtime, meaning you can wash for longer. Speed 2 is 22 bar. Now, this is great for those awkward bits of mud that usually need a bit of extra elbow grease to get out. High speed 3 reaches 41 bar of pressure. This is full power mode, ideal for cleaning cars, caravans, and fresh dirt off patios. And finally, like all our Easy Clean range, this tool has an IPX5 rated battery compartment, which means if it gets wet or caught in some rain, there's no need to worry. The Max Power Brushless Power Washer is a multi-purpose tool for both everyday jobs around the house and adventure field trips away. With our ever-expanding accessory range, there's no doubt you'll find the perfect add-on.
She just touched on something. I want to hear what she has to say. I'm going to turn the volume up.
Ever-expanding accessory range, there's no doubt you'll find the perfect add-on to enhance your cleaning experience. From brushes, misting kits, or detergent bottles. Make sure you check out the Ryobi website to find our full range of cleaning tools.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hello and welcome to the Ryobi workshop. Today, like all our Easy Clean range, this tool has an IPX5 rated battery compartment, which means if it gets wet or caught in some rain, there's no need to worry. The max power brushless power washer.
Okay. All right. It is just a battery compartment. Wow, that's weird. All right. Well, that's interesting. I'll have to check out and see how much that thing is. Juno. So what else you guys want to touch on tonight before we close this up? Anything else? Any new airplanes coming out that we need to look at? Any 3D printers stuff you want to talk about? Anything else? Um, uh, something I wanted to look at printing. What the hell was it? Hmm. Good morning. I know it's already pretty early in the morning for you. Then you guys have a great night. Thanks for coming. It's great seeing y'all again. Sawyer, welcome back. Yeah, it's been a while. I see a bunch of people recognize you, so I wish I did. I don't know why I don't, but I'm glad you're back anyway. So we'll see you guys later. Have a good night, and I'll see you next week. Well, I'll see you Monday night. We'll be at the Wild Bill Fly-In, so I'll see you guys Monday. And then before then, if not before then or when then, I'll see you next Saturday. All right, guys? Have a great night. Thank you, man. Thank you, Juno. All right, guys. We'll see you. Have a good night.